Hey everybody, and welcome to Niagara Wine Videos. I'm Brad, and I bring you the story behind Niagara's finest wines. And I'm pretty darn excited today because I have another Pinot Noir from the 2009 vintage in Niagara. I love Pinot Noir, so I'm a sucker for them. I love them, and from a good vintage, it always produces such nice qualities. Sometimes smoky, sometimes you get nice deep black cherry, you get smoky raspberry, strawberry, creme brulee flavors. Also you get some like hay or earthiness mixed in there. Some people say barnyard or farmland. And that's more of the old world Burgundian flavors, the earthy flavors. In Niagara, you get a hint of that, but you mostly get the New World nuances. So you get, like the berries and the burnt sugar and that kind of thing. And that's what I like, really. I like a mix of the New World and the Old World. So kind of the best of both worlds. And in a good vintage, you really get that. You've heard me talk about the 2009 vintage in Niagara and why it was good. And it was a slow ripening season, not a lot of sun at all, overcast, really good weather conditions for Pinot Noir. It doesn't like constant sun or heat, or else it gets too ripe too quickly. The grapes may burst or they might rot. So to preserve the acidity and the tannin and the sugar levels, a nice, cool, foggy or overcast season, really ideal growing conditions for Pinot Noir. So let's get into the wine here. I do want to talk a little more about vintage and what it means. Basically, vintage is the year on the bottle, and it does two things. Obviously, it tells you how old the wine is, so if you're aging your wines, you can tell. But like I said, more importantly, you have to look up the weather that year and see what the weather was like. If you know what the weather was like, then you can judge if it was a good year for what varietal you're drinking. Just because the weather is really hot and you think that's great, it might not be for Pinot Noir. Pinot Noir might get overripe and taste jammy, flabby. The acidity goes down. It gets cooked or burnt, overripe on the vine, and it just doesn't produce a good wine. So, just because it's a hot vintage doesn't mean it's going to be great for all varietals. Pinot Noir doesn't like it. So you really have to know, do a little research, what varietals do well in what kind of weather, what kind of climate, and then you can look that up. Most of the time you can research on the internet. Wine Spectator has a good application that tells you different vintages and different areas and countries and breaks down a vintage report for you, so you don't have to do the research. In Niagara there's no such thing, so luckily I'm here to let you know. I'm thinking of doing a show on vintages to let you know past vintages in Niagara and the ones that we just kind of finished up, what they mean for what varietals. So maybe that'll be the next show. So let's get into the wine here. It is a Cattail Creek, which again is a newer winery. However, they've been growing grapes for a very, very long time. It's a family affair like most wineries are. Father or grandfather is a farmer, starts the growing of the vines, and the children can remember helping out in the vineyard, and now they're running the winery and making nice wines. So that's exactly the case here at Cattail Creek, and it is from 4 Mile Creek. So here we go. So this is the appellation on the bottle. 4 Mile Creek, you might remember, is where Coyote's Run winery is sourced from, the vineyards. So we got a 2009 Cattail Creek, 4 Mile Creek vineyard appellation. So let's get into the wine here. Got a fancy drop stop. Help me pour my wine. Just love the screw caps. If you haven't seen that video, see that. It's the bottling assembly. And we'll pour the wine here. I'll do it nice and close. You can see the color. And if you can see that, it is really Pinot color. So light, like a light orangey color. Almost like if you crushed up, apples and raspberries together. You got that nice light juice color. Whew, I mean, that is a beautiful Pinot Noir nose. Right off the bat, you got that, smoky raspberry flavor. A bit of cranberry action going on in there. Yeah, very smoky. I like that. You also get some wood action going on in there, so it smells like a wet, soggy oak or cedar wood. Yeah, kind of like after a campfire, it's rained on the wood, and you can smell it when you go out there. Nice campfirey wet wood smell. I like that. Very nice, complex. So you get the berries, you get the wood, you get a little earth in there. See what's going on the palate. Yeah, nice and dry, light-bodied, really structured, really smoky. Got a nice dry, smoky flavor and feeling in your mouth. Yeah, you get some nice sweet cherry flavors and sour, sweet and sour cherry flavors. This is a really nice put together wine. It looks like it won an award here, 2011 Canadian Wine Awards. It won bronze, so good for them. I can see why. It's got a ton of flavor complexity in it. It's dry and structured, really light bodied. That might throw some people off. I like it. It would go well with foods. It's a nice sipping wine on its own. Yeah, I mean that's a really nice Pinot Noir. That's definitely a 4-star Pinot Noir in my opinion. It drinks really nice, and it really does taste like Pinot Noir. Sometimes you get Pinot Noirs, and they don't even taste like Pinot Noir. I don't know what they taste like, but this really does have some Burgundian flavors and nuances to it. That wet wood, smoky fire aspect to it. And cherry, nice deep black cherry. Nice wine. Definitely recommend this wine. Cattail Creek. There it is right there. 2009 Pinot Noir, 4 Mile Creek appellation. If you haven't tried it, gotta try it out. See you next time. Cheers.